Morning, folks. It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Go to Patriots 2 channel. Just want to run through some articles with you and just give you my little take on a few things that's going on today. And I'm going to leave you a couple links below, like I always do, down in the description, to the ones I can't really say too much about. But the bottom one, I probably won't scroll down to it because of what's in the topic. But if you know who Ken Khan is, he's a great Patriot. He's over on Rumble. He's got several channels. He's got a Locals and a Rumble, but he is talking with some experts today about the thing and what they believe is the biggest smoking gun of them all. Pretty interesting conversation over there. But you can go down and hit the description below as one of my descriptions or one of the links down below and get that story for yourself because I just can't talk too much about it over here. Now let me go ahead and get into some of the things I want to break down for y'all. All right, let's go through this kind of quick because some of these things are kind of spicy topics. Now, the Justice Department laid out this whole spreadsheet and took pictures, I guess, while they were at Mar-a-Lago of all the evidence that they got that Trump didn't have his stuff properly filed. I think that's the consensus now that the FBI is going to go after the fact that he didn't have all his classified information in the right classifications properly properly housed is basically or properly filed is what they're going to try to say at this point. That's what they were saying on CNN and all the line networks. I've been listening to them a little bit, trying to get to the truth of the matter because what they spin over there is usually the opposite of the truth, and therefore it's easier to find the truth because um, it just seems like a lot of times you can find the truth by listening to the liars and knowing it's just the opposite of that. Seems to work pretty good these days in politics. But at any rate, they staged photos. I'm sure they've got all kinds of staged stuff, including documents that don't have black marks all over them. But I won't get into that. This thing's only going to get messier. It's going to end up in court before it's all said and done. And they will probably try to indict Trump. And I would not panic anybody. It's not going to make one bit of difference in the future of our country, other than it's just going to piss more people off. Now, let's see here. Now, this is a strange one. It says in California, they're urging people to avoid using their electric cars. Go figure. Why? Because they have blackouts that show up every summer because of the heat wave, and the state loses their solar power in the evening when the sun goes down, and so therefore their solar power and their wind power is not keeping up to the extra need for the extra power for the extra vehicles that they are just pumping so hard, trying to get everybody to buy an electric car. But you obviously see on the hot days of the year, you're not supposed to drive your vehicles. My thought about this is who wants to own a vehicle that you have to share power with your house? That just sounds like a crazy idea. I don't get it on any kind of level. It just seems wrong on every level. I think it is a rob Peter to pay Paul mentality with this get rich quick scheme behind trying to sell these cars and promote people in the battery business like Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, of course, and Obama. I think Obama is one of the biggest pushers of this green energy crap more than anybody. Now, Joe Biden spoke some gibberish, couldn't fill a room, not even a high school gym. There's pictures to show it. But worse than that, he does his little "hey baby" to some little girl across the room, and I won't show you that one. That's disgusting. But let me get down here to. There's a couple articles I wanted to read y'all today. There's tons of stuff on the news today on the news feeds over here. It says Arizona Republicans censure rogue FBI days after Mar-a-Lago raid. They call on state of Arizona to end cooperation with the FBI. Well, let's get into that real quick. I don't think they say too much over here. They won't get me in spicy trouble. It says this happened after Trump's Mar-a-Lago raid. The resolution by LD3 Republicans rejects the questionable and unsubstantiated raid on calls by the state of Arizona to stop cooperation with the FBI beginning on the cessation of the FBI operations in Maricopa County, Arizona. The more we learn about this deep state plot against President Trump, the worse it gets. Only Monday, the former Chief of Staff, acting U.S. Secretary of Defense, Kash Patel, told Tucker Carlson and his audience that the raid was set up to prevent the disclosure of unclassified Russiagate documents that implicated the FBI and the Department of Justice in garbage investigations of then candidate Donald Trump. And I said this already, and this is absolute truth. That's exactly what this is about. The FBI has a personal stake in the raid. They're trying to confiscate the information that will be held against them. At this point, they just fired a guy, Tim Theobald, which was involved in that and much other nefarious things at the FBI. And I think they fired him just because somebody had to get in trouble behind this, and they're going to blame it all on him. Or they may even go another direction with the spin, but I don't know really what's going on when they fire one guy, because this raid was not carried out by one guy's order. And that's just the truth of the matter. It's kind of maybe an Oliver North situation where they just take the guy out in order to have somebody to point the finger at. Who really knows? But you're welcome to read this full article. I will leave a link down in the description to it below. They get into talking about some things there at the bottom. I don't really want to get into too much about Trump's views about things. But like I said, I'll leave you links and articles to some of these great articles I'm reading to you. But there was a couple I wanted to bring to you. Let's see, let me scroll back down again, folks. Bear with me. Apologize. Now, Steve Bannon had Rudy Giuliani on, and it was a great interview. It's right here on the Gateway Pundit. It's kind of long, and they talk about all the things that we like to hear. Steve Bannon was talking about how there's a contingent way to deal with the process that you have to redo things. You know what I'm talking about, folks. Sometimes you have to start over, you have to rejudge, you have to recount, and he thinks there's a whole better way to do it as of an 18, I believe it was 1887 um, law that was put into effect. Go listen to it, folks. It makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know the law well enough to say for sure that this would work, but it sounds like a great plan. Check it out, folks. Rudy Giuliani and Steve Bannon just breaking it down. Good stuff. We'll leave the link for that one for sure. Now, Project Veritas, I'll leave you a link for this one as well. Project Veritas likes to do these secret interviews with these lefties and catch them doing everything from trying to from working with Twitter, the idiots at Twitter that were trying to sabotage the deal with Elon. He's caught these pedophiles. He's caught several people just by having good reporting, by investigative reporting, and setting people up by asking them just the right questions. So what he did is he had one of his assistants film and record this principal at this public school in Connecticut. And let me tell you right now, Connecticut is a really, really woke place for school children. They were one of the first states to indoctrinate the 1619 Project and the trans indoctrination of the children and all that stuff. I won't even get into it, but you know what I'm talking about. But Connecticut has been this way for a long time. They actually led the way in starting this crap in the school system due to somebody that works in this higher up in the teachers association. But at any rate, this assistant principal um, was secretly interviewed, but secretly recorded, and I believe it was secretly recorded. That's the way it appears that they always go. I don't think you'd have permission to do this, but at any rate, they say they're totally against hiring Catholics, and they don't want to hire people that don't have this leftist mentality, and they teach these kids in a subtle way how to be Democrats with their mindset, and they basically vet every teacher that wants to work for the schools for that particular school by asking them these tricky questions to find out how they feel about the transgender thing, about the critical race thing, and basically they throw loaded questions at them, And as soon as they don't answer a question right, then they're not going to get the job. So conservatives are out, Catholics are out, Christians are out. I don't know what kind of teaching uh, teachers are trying to put in there, but it sounds like they're trying to get some indoctrinating groomers in there. And this guy needs to be investigated in the best of ways. And I'm glad to see Project Veritas bringing this out. The video is a little loud because they're in a restaurant, but please listen to it. It's here on the Gateway Pundit, and will be in a link down below as well. Guys, just telling the truth on itself. It's just outstanding information to find out how far these folks will go uh, to try to indoctrinate the kids. That's the kind of stuff we need to find out about and stop. Cut it off at the root. Let me get down here. We all know what's going on in Ukraine. Um, there's a story out that says too many masks are causing carcinogen exposure. Keeping masks on these kids all the time. And like I said, okay, that's about it. About all I got for you folks. Other than Creepy Joe, let me go ahead and show you Creepy Joe. We won't show you nothing about the selection. This is kind of creepy. I'll go ahead and show it to you folks. Some of you want to see this stuff, and some of you don't. Just turn it off if you don't want to see Creepy Joe go sniffing,
Well, thank you very much.
because you know he's going
Thank
to.
you. How are you, baby? How old are you? How old are you? Almost double figures.
I can't believe he walked away. I am surprised, surprised, surprised that man didn't run over there and just go straight to sniffing. You know what he does. He's a sicko like that. That's all I got for you folks. Like, subscribe, and share. Leaving lots of links down below for the stuff I couldn't really say too much about. Have a great day, everyone.